Thank you very much, and welcome back, everybody. We're here live with a very famous young man here. You've heard him on the radio. You've heard him a lot on KABC, and you've seen him on television, and you've heard his name. He's Miles Berman, better known as Top Gun.
Well, thank you.
How are you, Miles?
I'm fine, Wally. Good to be here.
Good to have you on the show. You're almost as famous as me.
Nobody's as famous as you, Wally. Actually, I'm also on KLSX.
You are? Yeah. Oh, don't mention that station to me. Top Gun, DUI defense attorney Miles L. Berman. Just dial 888-4-TOP-GUN. That's the number you go. Now, you may say to me, Wally, why would you like a man, why would you have on your show a man who defends people who have been driving under the influence? I'll tell you why. Because everybody makes a mistake. I made a mistake. When I was a young guy, I got a confession to make. I was a young man in my 20s, and I went to a party, and I had a little bit too much champagne, and I was pulled over. I confess that. I was about 25 years old, and I had one glass too many of champagne. You can do that, you know, without realizing.
You can't do that anymore, Wally. It's so serious now, and the penalties are absolutely so severe. This could be devastating for somebody. You get convicted of a first offense DUI, you can lose your job in addition to your license, but you can lose your employment, you can lose your home, you can lose your family. It's horrible what's going on.
That's right. Now, you have a slogan which is in your newspaper ads and so forth that says, friends don't let friends plead guilty. What does that mean?
Well, we want people to know that these cases can be fought, and they should be fought because DUI cases are, while they're the most complicated types of cases, they can be won. Breath testing is voodoo science. The police officers don't always testify truthfully or accurately in court. The police reports aren't always written up accurately, and so what we do is, Wally, we actually tell the jury the truth about what actually happened on the street and the truth about breath testing, and for that matter, blood testing, because the way the government does it, it's not like how they do it in a hospital. Right. So we want people to know that despite the myth that's being put out there by groups such as Mothers Against Drunk Driving, where it's you shouldn't drink and drive, that's not the law, by police officers who say because you're arrested and you're over the legal limit, you must be drunk, therefore you must be guilty. All of that is just not true.
You could be one tiny point over there and you're in.
Well, yeah, the law in California is a .08, which is 4 drinks, one can of beer, 1 4-ounce glass of wine, or 1 shot and a quarter, or 1 shot, which is an ounce and a quarter of hard liquor. But the fact is that it is arbitrary. You're correct. The police officers do not use scientific methods. It's become a somewhat of a scientific method to the average person, but it really isn't.
Let me give you an example of why I think this has got to be really, I think laws have got to be changed. I was stopped, and they had me take the breathalyzer, okay? So I go down and I to the station, and I breathe in the breathalyzer, and I'm over the limit. No, I'm under the limit. And so the officer says, there must be something wrong with this machine.
Oh.
So I want you to take it on this other machine. Right. So I take it on the other machine, and I'm over the limit. So they, boom.
Yeah.
Now I go into court, and my attorney, who I wish was Miles Berman, but this was
I was probably in grammar school at that time.
But my attorney said, and won the case, wait a minute. How do we know which machine was right? The first machine that was he wasn't under the influence. The second machine he was. Which one was right? Judge, case dismissed.
Well, your case actually proves the point where you have breath testing, same person, same breath, but 2 different machines give 2 different results.
Exactly right.
And in California, when you get arrested for DUI, you have to give a breath test, which requires 2 samples. And it is very rare, Wally, where we see 2 samples that are identical. They're usually off and different. And if breath testing was so accurate, you would think that it would be a precise result on both times 2 minutes apart.
Let me ask you a very important question. How do you win a DUI case?
Well, what we do is we cross-examine the police officers thoroughly, and we bring to the jury the truth, what really happened. When a police officer says a person stepped off the line, they don't say that they took 9 steps out perfectly and turned around and took 8 steps out of 9 back. They just talk about the 1 step they took off the line. Plus, we also show the jury the truth about breath testing and the fallacies with breath testing, because breath testing is not a proper and scientific way of measuring a person's alcohol in the blood.
Okay, one final quick question. We got to hurry here. One fast answer. People may be asking, why do you defend drunk drivers?
I took an oath to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States and the state of California. It makes no difference what a person is charged with. They are entitled to the best possible defense. It just so happens that we're very good in this particular field, which is DUI defense. So we've become experts in the area as far as a lot of work that we've done in it, okay. And we feel that people should fight every one of their DUIs.
There it is on the screen. Top Gun DUI defense attorney Miles L. Berman. Write this number down. You may not need it, but you may know somebody who does. He's the best. I tell you this. This man is the best. He could save your life. Literally. 888 area code 4 Top Gun. That's easy to remember. 888 area code 4 Top Gun. Thank you, Miles.
Thank you, Wally.
And we'll see you in a few weeks.
See you in a couple.
Stay where you are. I'll be right back with some final words. Stay there.